Hi, everybody. It is time once again for another Mom Game After Dark. Emily and I love doing these.
I love how you're leaned in to
I
this.
feel like she's already making fun of me. I feel like I need to lean
Hello,
in.
everyone.
As I was saying, Emily and I love doing these because it is in our element. I'm at home straight off of like a water slide thing, party thing, and Emily is on the road with the Rangers. But we're so happy to have the chance to get to do these. And that is because of our friends at Noble Vines Wine who love sponsoring these because they're all about being real. And that's what these Mom Game After Darks are. Noble Vines Wine, if you've been listening, you know about them. I work with them on the ticket. They're wonderful people. But what we love about them is that they really do want to give back. They aim to bring out the best in wine and in people. Each number on that bottle that you see with the Noble Vines wine represents a superior vine stock that over centuries has been proven to produce exceptional wine. I'm enjoying the rosé here tonight. I think Emily's got a cab going.
Cab.
Yes, Noble Vines, the 337 Cabernet Sauvignon is what Emily is enjoying with its rich, full-bodied style. Aromas of cherry and blackberry. Can you smell those aromas, Emily? Cherry and blackberry.
Smell it all up.
And suave tannins. They invite you to share something meaningful and pour good into the world. That's what they do right now. The world could really use it. So Noble Vines is all about pouring good into the world, and that's what they do. They're spreading the good word. Noble Vines is a deep-rooted desire for good. They see good in every situation. They do good every chance that they get. They stand for something more and believe there's always more good to give, which is pretty cool if we're talking about a wine, right? What other wines can say all of that? They're a proud supporter of No Kid Hungry. No Kid Hungry is working to end child hunger in America by ensuring that all children get the healthy food they need every day to thrive. For more information, visit www.nokidhungry.org.
Yeah, and they're not jacking around. Like, they also too are a big supporter of the Do It for Durrett Foundation, which is near and dear to my heart, obviously. And any event we have, they're like, and sign us up. We've got the wine. We'll provide it. Just tell us what to do. So we're super, super grateful for our partnership with the Mom Game.
Yes.
And Noble Vines, and also, like I said, personally, Do It for Durrett and Noble Vines. So thank you, Noble Vines. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so Julie, last time we met, we were crying a lot.
I'm glad
ugly crying.
I'm glad we have tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a weird place to leave everything.
Yeah, but obviously everyone is still very shook by what happened and the shooting in Uvalde. And I do feel like, and we're not going to talk about this forever, because I do feel like we talked a lot about it when we were together last time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like, and maybe I'm being wishful thinking, I do feel like this one's different. Like, this is getting some momentum, the need for change. I mean, and I'm not talking politics, but just that people are like, okay, we've got to do something different in terms of
I have that same feeling.
In terms of mental health, all that. If there's not one problem here, right? But I do feel like there is a level of like fed upness that like we've got to do something. And I've even had, we have guns in our house. They're not out and about, whatever. They're in a safe. We don't rarely use them, but I will say I like having them. And I don't want to, but I don't want to take those away from anyone. I think that's an important part of, your right to bear arms, all that kind of stuff. But what kind of arms are, can we, maybe like figure out some, I don't know, whatever. But I've seen people who are like super, super pro Second Amendment that have said like, look, I want to keep my guns, but we got to do something different.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's encouraging when the people I know that have been pretty dug in on this subject and this issue for a while that are saying, look, I recognize that, it can be both ways, right? You can still want to have your guns and your right to have them, but also to realizing we have to do something different.
We have to do something.
We have to.
And I think
So
it's pretty crazy, not crazy, but it just, when you see the numbers of like the countries that have banned
mhm.
the assault rifles in their shootings, and how the numbers are like, if you see a graph, it's like the US is here and the other places are here. And that's like the main thing that they're doing. There's a zillion ways to argue that, you know, guns this, guns that. It's more about mental health. It's more about the way that people handle the situation, blah, blah, blah. But that's, I think, the one thing that is hard to argue that doesn't make a difference, because it's happened in other places when they've banned those, the numbers have gone way down. So that's what I'm really hoping maybe can happen out of all of this. Like, that's something tangible that is a law that can change.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did have I don't know. We like really cried hard on the last show.
Oh my gosh, like so much crying. Like I was exhausted after the
And
last show because I was bawling,
yeah,
like
I
ugly
know.
crying, like
I know. And I had to go edit. I was trying to edit some clips and I was like, duh! Like, our cry faces. Like, you never like cry and then watch yourself back crying. Like, when have we ever done that in life? Like,
not a
no,
good
you
look.
cry and you're alone in your room after too much wine.
Right. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for, well, at least it's not a good look for me.
No.
And I saw you, and it's not a good look for you either. Let's be honest.
Yes, absolutely.
But anyway, one thing I do want to say is that, and we'll move on from this, but I have been super encouraged and so thankful for the, like, our viewers that have given us feedback. And that made me super, super, like, you know, they were like, thanks for sharing. And we were all feeling the same way, where you just feel this helplessness. And, you know, that made me feel good that we did that, right? That we weren't just like professional. We're being a professional. We're going to discuss this manner in a professional way and blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, I mean, we've said it a million times before, like, this is who we are. The reason we do this podcast is because we want to be who we are. We want to be vulnerable. We want to be real. And quite frankly, I don't have the energy to not be that way. I don't have the energy to hide my feelings. I really haven't had that energy in a long time. So for me, it's just, I'm really grateful that people appreciated that, you know, even if they didn't agree with us on everything we said or whatever, I felt like the people who reached out to us expressed that they were glad that we showed that vulnerability. So thanks, y'all. For those of you who reached out, we appreciate it.
That's what we're all about here on the Mom Game. And
ain't nobody got time for non-real, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So no, it was good to vent. Should we set the scene a little bit?
Yeah, let's set it, because this might be a little outdated by the time it posts. So we should probably, you know, I'm in a hotel room. And by the time this airs, probably I will not be in a hotel because I will be back home. But I am in San Francisco. The Rangers are playing a 4-game series against the A's. It is Saturday night.
You nailed it.
Nailed it. Saturday night, and the Rangers are 1 game below 500. Julie.
I didn't realize.
Julie, we could get to 500. What if we get to 500?
It'll be like you won the World Series, man.
I can't. I was texting with my MLB girls, and I was like, y'all, if the Rangers get to 500 tomorrow, I'm going streaking across Ricky Henderson Field. Like, whoa, this is awfully aggressive.
Well, all you have to do, Emily, to get them to win that game is tell them that.
And I'm like, I'm definitely not doing that, but I'm just saying this is how badly I want it. Like, I have prayed to little 6-ounce or 6-pound 5-ounce baby Jesus for so long, so many seasons. Can we be competitive? Can we be around 500? Can we be interesting, you know, in the summer months? And it just hasn't happened in a long time. And so for us to be this close, I'm like, oh my God, I want it so bad. I mean, obviously for them, but also too, it makes everything better, you know, and it's my first year traveling again, and I feel kind of normal in my job again. And if we could be competitive, you know, and I'm not saying this is a World Series team. I mean, fuck, who it could be. I mean, I don't know, but can we just keep things interesting for,
keep it interesting.
While? Yeah. And you know what? They're fun to watch. They're entertaining. The pitching has been great. Like, it has been this right. I mean, outside, I mean, we started the season 6-14, eight. So you're talking about 8 games below 500. And then the month of May kicked in, and this team has completely turned it around, and it's been super fun to watch. And you've seen the team kind of come together and gel and have that, get that chemistry, and it's been fun. And I want it for them. You know, I want it for this group of dudes. I want it for Woody and his staff. So
For
we'll
sure.
see.
And the is it Gatorade or is it water? Is it Gatorade? The Gatorade fast.
Well, it's Powerade at home,
Uh-huh.
and then whoever. So it's a sponsor, right? So some sponsors, some teams have Gatorade as a sponsor. Some teams have
Oh,
Powerade.
well, that's brilliant.
We're a Powerade team.
Okay, so the Powerade showers are back.
They've come back. Not
And
every game, but they're definitely back. And I will say, usually the guy behind it is Martin Perez, and he has been really good about. He will motion to me. We've got it timed out to where he's not trying to. You know what I mean? They're being super mindful of me, which is
that's
amazing.
nice. So you guys have established a routine.
Yes, we've got it down. We've got it down.
Yeah, because we, you know, those videos of you dodging the Powerade are always very popular on Twitter. And yeah, they are. And a lot of people comment like, wow, she's gotten really good. She's gotten really good at dodging it. So now we know the secret. Only the Mom Game listeners know the secret.
Well, and I will tell you, in Oakland, it's effing cold in those night games. And so the last thing I want is to get a drop of water on me. I mean, freezing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, that's
so
good. That's exciting. And your buddy Marcus Simeon, we've been waiting for him to do something. And he had a grand slam today. I made Kelly go back. I was like, put that on. And we rewound it and watched it. And it was like, you could just tell he had like a giant gorilla lifted off his shoulders.
And he's such a good dude. But I will tell you, he is a tough nut to crack. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to like get him to know my personality, but he's just very, you know, everybody has their own personality. And today in the post-game interview, I thought, okay, I'm going to get him to laugh.
Oh, did you do it today?
Well, I mean, I tried. It didn't work, but
you did the post game with him.
So I said, yeah. So I did him post game, and so I was like, because he hit a grand slam.
Yeah.
So his first home run of the season, and I was like, so Marcus, obviously you're just waiting for the bases to be loaded to hit your first home run of the year.
I like it. How did it go?
Like, so his reaction was like this, very serious. So it was like, yeah, he was like, smile. He's got a great smile. I mean, smile like we thought maybe he was going to, and then he was like, and then we're back down to business. So I was like,
and
okay.
Then did he go straight into like cliche answer?
No, he went straight into like, he was great answers, but he's just very, you know,
maybe he's trying to check himself, you know, like maybe it's down in there. Like he wants to laugh and have fun, but he's like, I got to establish this.
Or maybe that was a really, really bad setup by me. Whatever. I don't care.
It was not you. That's really funny.
No, I mean, listen.
I mean, how are you? Okay. Not that we need to break this down, but how are you going to do an interview with him and not reference the fact that he hasn't been hitting like everybody hoped, while at the same time celebrate a huge like grand slam in a game that you won?
But yeah, and so that's what I was trying to do. But I will say this about him, and same way with Corey Seager, like, you know, the two new guys that everyone has, you know, we you know, signed these huge contracts. They were a big major or giant offseason acquisitions. Those two are super. It's not like they think they've been lighting the world on fire. I mean, Corey's gone through some stretches. He came out. I mean, he had a home run today, but it's not like they're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm not. You know, they know. I mean, they want it just as bad as anybody. So I appreciate it. And I realize that those relationships take time to develop. And, you know, that's what you have to put in the work for those. And I'm willing to do that. And some guys it's easier, and some guys it's more difficult and takes more time. And I mean, I tell people this all the time. Adrian was tough. Adrian Belfray was tough to start.
Yeah.
And that turned out to be one of my greatest relationships that I've ever had in my career. And so, you know, you just have to
it's just, you're slowly chipping away.
You just have to like maneuver. And then too, you have to come to the realization that like some guys, no matter how long, they could be there for 10 years. They don't want to be chummy with you. And that's cool
Yeah.
too. Like Cole Hamels, super nice guy, was, did interviews, whatever. Cole was never, he didn't, I mean, we're not.
He's like, I'm at work.
Yeah. And that, you know what? That's his prerogative. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely. So anyway, it's just, it's a constant, like balancing act of trying to figure out how to establish these relationships and how to how guys are different from one another and all that kind of stuff. And it's also, it can be challenging, but it's also too one of the more fun aspects of my job. It's not
Oh,
just,
for sure.
it's yeah. So I dig it.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
unique.
And you're married again. You're married and you have a husband and
I'm
stuff.
married again.
How is that?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ghost
How-
stories. We can tell ghost stories. People that are listening and not watching are like, "What is wrong?
What are they doing?
They do gummies tonight."
Yeah. No, but I will later. They're necessity on the road. Oh,
Or
are you
like,
taking a picture?
yeah, I was taking a picture. Here, let's do one more because I'm going to use this to promo, baby. Oh wait, let me hold my nipple veins.
How much wine have you had so far today?
A lot.
Okay, enough with the picture.
I mean, it's Memorial Day weekend, baby.
It is. Why are you saying baby so much?
Am I saying it a lot?
Yeah.
It's like that's what Dan's whole thing was whenever he came to the ticket promo.
Baby. I love it when you call me baby, baby.
He like still gets mad if you make fun of him for saying baby, but like he and Bob, when he first started his show, he would always be like, I don't know, baby. And Bob would be like, what the hell, man?
You know what we should do? We should call Dan McDowell right now.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny.
I have his number.
How would it?
Oh, I don't have his number in my phone.
What if I texted him the link?
Yeah, text the link, see what happens. What were you asking me? I need a refill of wine. See, I have not been. I just got back from the ballpark, so I have not had. This is my first glass.
Okay, well you need to hop to it. Here, it's to Dan.
I mean, what could Dan McDowell possibly be doing?
He's not doing shit
on a Saturday night. He's probably in that fucking den or whatever, the dragon den, which looks a little bit like a serial killer's den. But we love Dan, obviously.
I just sent him the link.
Did you get did you tell him anything, or you just sent him?
Want to come chat with me and Emily? Excuse me?
Yeah, I said that. Okay, do you have a monologue prepared so I can go fill my glass up?
Sure. Okay. So, I this is funny because I didn't exactly hear what Emily said, but I think she said something about telling Dan if he clicked on this link that we could do dirty things. I don't know, but I would never say that to Dan McDowell, but he is one to click on random links.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to you being married again.
Yes.
How is it having Kelly home?
It's good. It's wonderful. It's a little good. It's great. I'm like, like he swam today with the kids for like 3 hours and I walked through the house and like did everything. I did the kitchen. I worked on laundry. I did this, I did that, and normally it would be like me with the kids the whole time. And that's why my other shit gets backlogged. So no, just it's wonderful. And he's like off. So we still don't know what's going on with, the stars and the coaching staff and everything. He knows he's good, but we don't know like who his boss will be or, anything. So, so it's good. And our work's been really getting busy. So, yeah. So it's good that he's available because now the kids are home.
Yeah. It's, well, good. I'm happy for you. And that's kind of the way I feel like when I get home, like in the off season, I feel like working in professional sports or whatever, or any sort of business or job that, where basically it consumes you for an extended period of time, whether it's 6 months or 8 months or 4 months or whatever, that you really get that appreciation when you come out of it. Because I feel like that in the off season to where, and I'm sure Mike feels the same. And listen, I do provide Mike a very good roadmap for when I'm gone, but
you do, but still. To execute it.
Right, but he's got to execute it. And listen, and I, it's with my girlfriends, I kind of, bless his heart, like I dog on him sometimes for, because I'm my OCD manages a lot of things. But I think about it, and like I was talking to Mitch Garber on the bus on the way home today, just about how, how much there is going on, and how much
May is
you have
hard.
to do with, being one, and that's all. But that's all Mike has ever known. Like Mike, when the kids were, when Hattie was a newborn and Henry was 2 years old, I was going on the road for, a week, 10 days at a time. And so he was a super, super hands-on dad and always has been.
Mhm.
And I'm so grateful for that. And I know he is too. And it's like I've told you a million times when we signed up to do this, like you knew what you were getting into, like, and he knew what he was getting into. And, same goes for you and Kelly. And,
Yeah.
I just think, but I do think there's a level of appreciation there that
Yeah.
I think is awesome,
What about this weekend did your kids finish on this
Mm-hmm.
Friday?
Well, so technically they're supposed to go to school on Tuesday because we had snow days or whatever,
That's weird.
but everybody was kind of like, the teachers were like, yeah, I mean, so it's
Right.
technically a school day, but my kids are not going. They're actually in Graham with my stepsister, my stepmom, and that side of the family. So even after my daddy died, um, we remained very close with my dad's widow, who he was married to for 20 years before he died,
Yeah.
and that whole side of the family. So nothing has skipped a beat in that regard since my dad died. And on completely different tangent, I wondered about that when my dad died. Like, are we going to stay close to Ava? Are we going to, how is this? Are we still going to go to Graham for the
That's really
holidays?
awesome that you did.
But it was because we all like that. My kids have only known, like, I mean, Dee Dee, like that's their Dee Dee, and
Yeah.
Aunt Angie and Uncle Cody and their cousin Hunter Hagen and Ethan. Like, that's all they've ever known. I mean, it's not like I was like, oh, sweet, now we don't have to deal with these people anymore. I mean, it was like,
Yeah.
I would never
Well,
take
and you
that.
could,
I mean,
and that's like
well,
one of the people that was closest to your dad, right?
yeah.
Like,
Oh, I mean, she made my daddy happy for the last 20 years of his
exactly. So
life. I
that's
mean,
one way you
please.
can be close to him.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. But I
That
guess I don't know. Like I said, we have had a wonderful relationship from the time that my daddy got married until he died. And so why would that change? But I think it's just like a natural question you ask yourself, like, well, what's this going to look like?
yeah.
But we've all made it a huge priority to keep those connections there. And they are as strong as they've ever been, if not even stronger, because now Dee Dee, Ava, my daddy's widow, she wants the kids as much as possible because it makes her happy. Like it
Oh.
brings her joy.
Yeah.
She's lonely without my daddy. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, she cannot wait for them to come. And
Oh,
so, yeah. So
that's
they're there
awesome.
now. And that helps me too. Like,
Oh,
it
for
helps me,
sure.
like, I know they're having fun. Like, I don't have to worry about it. They don't have to be anywhere.
Yeah.
They don't have to do anything.
They're
Angie and
excited
Cody
to
have
go.
got it. Yeah. 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 So it's great.
So I texted
Um,
Dan, who do you want to shoot? See if you can get anybody. Who
mm.
else could we send it to?
What did he say? He said no.
No, he hasn't said anything. Knowing
He
Dan,
crickets.
he might hop on.
Um,
But let's cast a couple more lines.
okay, you're gonna have to send me numbers though, because my phone is having issues. Send me Donnie's number. Or
Okay.
what about listen, it's Memorial Day weekend. We can't call Soroy.
Yeah, Donnie's probably a safer bet. But
Do you want to? I think we should just call him instead of the link.
call him and then hold the phone up.
Yeah, we won't keep him on for long. We just want everyone to hear from him.
We can tell everyone, maybe this can be if Donnie answers, we'll officially announce what we're doing on June 20.
Hello? Yes!
Donnie!
Yes.
Hey, Jules.
It's Julie and Emily.
Hey, Julie and Emily.
Hi, Donnie.
We thought we haven't called you in a while, so we're calling you during our mom game after dark. Are you partying?
Are you at a party?
I am. No, I'm not partying. I'm at dinner at Victory Plaza. I'm at Emoto. I'm eating sushi.
Okay.
You're,
Well,
you're
we
so
will keep you.
fancy.
We
I,
just wanted people
gotta
to
get
think we're
something fancy.
we just wanted people to think we were fancy and we know cool people and that they would answer if we called. So you go back to dinner and tell Twiggy hi.
I can only hear like every other word from Emily.
She
Okay, tell
said
Julie.
that we just wanted to look cool and see if you'd answer. And
I told you, I will always answer for you. I don't care what I'm doing.
I know, you're the best, and I'll always answer for you. Emily's really trying to talk to you. I'm going to see if I can get you to hear her.
Donnie, we love you and we don't want to interrupt your dinner, but you made us really cool by answering the phone. Tell Twig we love her too and have a nice dinner.
And I can't understand it. It's every other word.
She said, we really love you and you made us look cool and we don't want to interrupt your dinner. Tell Twig we say hi and we love you and y'all have a nice dinner.
Okay, I will. Thank you very much for calling me. I appreciate it.
I love
Thanks
him
for
so
answering.
much.
We'll talk to you
All right.
soon. Okay,
All right.
bye.
Okay, that's really cute. I love Donnie.
He's
I love
the
Donnie
best.
so much.
He's the best.
Um,
He's being fancy eating sushi.
Oh, so fancy. Do we have like an agenda for the show or what else do we need to talk about? Do we need to talk about apostrophe abuse?
Yes.
Okay. So I
Let's
feel like
break it down.
okay, but you know what? So our friend, okay, well, let's rewind a little bit. So pet peeves, everyone has them, right?
Yes.
I feel like the apostrophe abuse is high on my list. People are using apostrophes where they shouldn't be used. They're overusing apostrophes. They are abusing apostrophes.
It's one of those things like maybe nobody really knows at all where they're even supposed to be.
Right. Okay. But I took a news writing class, Dr. Robert Wernsman in college, and one of my favorite professor ever. And so I'm like a stickler for this, and it drives me insane. The abuse of the apostrophe. We must stop it. We must stop it. So I posted a picture today that said face mask required, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, this is a clear
mask apostrophe s.
Masks.
So they made the mask possessive of itself.
They did. So, but listen to this. So I posted that and I was like, apostrophe abuse, whatever. And then our friend, Jeremy Moran, responded and he was right. Oh,
Isaac's bringing me wine.
Oh, sweet. Oh, Isaac's in town.
Yes. Isaac, do you want to say hi?
Hello.
Oh, he looks so thrilled to meet me. So nice to meet you,
Isn't he
Isaac.
so cute?
Look, you're so handsome.
Thank you.
He just
So
graduated.
awkward.
He just graduated high school.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
What
now
are you gonna do? Are you gonna host a
delivering me
podcast?
wine,
or-
apparently.
I don't know.
No.
That tip.
She said, "What are you going to do?" He has a really cool answer for this.
Engineering.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Whatever that does, engineering. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really know about it.
I'll tell you what, Emily, it's a better choice than broadcasting.
It's a better. I wouldn't disagree. Well, nice to meet you, Isaac. I've heard a ton about you. Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Well, and now you've had your mom game debut.
He's so sweet.
Thank you.
Oh, he's so sweet, Julie.
I know. He's the
He's
best.
like a man. He is like a man.
He is. I met him when he was 7.
That's crazy. Okay, so it's the back to my sign. It says face masks required when inside this room at all times. So I'm thinking clear violation. This is clear apostrophe abuse.
What room was it in?
It's a room at the Coliseum in Oakland that I don't know, and I have never been in there, whatever, but they're clearly you need to wear a face mask. So I post this and I'm like, spike the ball. Yep.
You're like, this
Apostrophe
is
police. Apostrophe police is here. Don't worry. And then our friend Jeremy Moran replies, actually, it's not incorrect. Because think about it. So if you were to not conjugate, if you were to like translate that, if the apostrophe turns into is, so you could technically say face mask is required when inside this room at all times. I don't think that was their intent. Like, so you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think that's right either.
No, but think about it. So,
Apostrophe S makes it possessive.
or is, right? What's happening? What's happening? Isn't it? Wait.
Hang on. Let's see if my mom will join because she's a grammar.
Wait, face mask.
police.
Wait, call Jer.
Oh, good idea.
Yes. I gotta plug my computer in.
Okay, let's see if Jer.
No, I feel like there's an is in there somewhere. Like,
Let's see if Jerry answers.
if you do the apostrophe S, it makes it is. What's happening? We need to discuss this.
Jer shady. He shady buttoned me.
Oh, he red buttoned you.
I call
Red
it
button.
shady button. My brother told me that once. I thought it was great. Like when you're being shady, you just red button someone.
Oh.
Shady button.
Well, okay, my computer's about to run out of juice and I can't
Uh-oh.
plug it in. No, I just can't plug it in. Well, listen, here's another Mom Game After Dark. Just killing it. Killing it. Just highly organized, professional broadcasting.
One time I was scolded about not having my computer charged by someone I work with very closely.
Who
So
was
now,
that?
so now I make sure that my computer's.
Who would be so judgy? So rude. So rude.
We survived it, and you know what? I grew from it.
I grew from it. You should see my setup. Like, here I am. I got a trash can on the chair, putting it on the chair. Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, so okay, here we go. It's cool. It's fun. It is. So face masks, apostrophe S, is face mask is required. So it's technically not wrong.
Hello.
Hey, LA, is Mom there?
She is.
Hey, Mom. Hey, can you hear her, Em?
Hi, Ann.
You're on the Mom Game After Dark.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm calling you because just to say hi, and also we're trying to figure out this. We have a grammar question.
You have one?
Grammar question.
You're gonna have to talk to her because she's not gonna be able to hear me.
Okay.
Okay. So tell her
Can
about
you
the.
hear Emily?
Can you hear me right now? Can you testing and testing?
Bonnie just couldn't hear you because he was at the fancy sushi place.
Okay. Can you hear me, Ann?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I saw a sign today on a door that said face masks required. And the mask was mask apostrophe S.
Oh,
So
my,
it's like,
that's horrible.
okay, but I agree with you, Anne. But our friend Jeremy brought up a good point that it said face mask required when inside this room at all times. So if you take
That's a plural noun.
right,
Don't take a plural noun and make it a possessive.
I agree.
The masks do not own anything. Possessives show ownership.
Okay, but what if you take it like, okay, like for example, why is your credit card showing up?
I'm trying to Apple Pay on accident.
Okay, so what about, Ann, if you like think about like it's cool, it's crazy, that's it is, right?
Go ahead, Emily. I'm with you here.
So what if it was like face mask is, I know this is not their intent. There's no way they thought on this level. But what if it translates to face mask is required when inside this room at all times? Can that happen?
No, that's because no, face masks are, that's got to be plural with the R. Face masks are.
But okay, but but what if it's just one face mask? But what if it's just one face mask?
is required.
Right. So
Whoever put
Like-
apostrophe S on face mask needs to go back to 6th grade.
I told you. I told.
okay, this is the kind of content I'm here for. Okay, that's all we need. And thank you. And I love you.
And this is the decline.
Oh, here she goes.
I'm sorry. This stuff drives me nuts. Cuckoo.
And now we've entered to the decline of society with the abuse of the apostrophe. I'm in.
Well, no, there's a plural, and then there is a possessive.
Okay. I love you for this. All of it. I love you for all of it.
More than one. Yes, I'm a mom in a moo-moo. We're getting ready to eat our steak.
Oh God, I love you. You're the best. Okay, that's all we needed, Anne. You're the
Possessive
best.
shows ownership. The face masks.
Yeah, the
do
face.
not own anyone.
The face masks don't own anyone, contrary
don't.
to popular belief. Okay, Mom.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you go.
And we love you.
I'll talk to you later. That was great.
I could. Now you've really got me going.
Okay, we'll have you back on at a later date for more breakdown. We'll get into
Just
conjugation.
Go have an extra glass of wine. We didn't mean to wind you up.
Okay. We'll get into conjugation next time. I love you.
Did you hear what Ellie said?
No.
Yeah, now I gotta live with it. Got all spun up, thanks.
There's plurals and there are possessives, and the two are not the same.
We know, Mom. We know.
What have we done? What have we done? Okay, Anne, we love you so much. Thank you. We love you so much.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
P-A-L-L. Y'all.
Bye. I just had to hang up on her.
Oh, bless her heart. That was fantastic.
I
Okay,
knew that she would have the answer.
she does. Okay, but this is another point. Did she just talk about y'all?
Yeah, and she told you how to say it.
That's another thing that drives me crazy. It's not YA apostrophe LL.
No, who says
No.
that?
It's Y apostrophe
Apostrophe.
because it's
A
a contraction
L
for
L.
you all.
Yeah, duh. I feel like it's like if someone doesn't know what to do, they just guess. I'm like, this is not a guessing game. This is cut and dry. This is black and white. There are rules
There
about
rules.
apostrophes.
There are.
You can't just
And I'm
like
here to
throw
stop.
a bunch of apostrophes against the wall and see what sticks.
I'm running for office and it's on the platform of stop apostrophe abuse.
All right.
Okay.
You've got my vote and I'll be your running mate.
Thank you. Can you be my campaign mate? Oh, you'll be my running mate. What
Yeah.
if we ran for office?
What should we
The
fucking
two of
kill
us.
it? We would kill it.
Kill it. Can you imagine what a shit show it'd be? It would, but I feel like we could do some cool things.
I mean, we could. That is our slogan. We can do some cool things. McCoy Dobbs. I mean, no, Jones Dobbs. If we're going,
Are we going Jones Dobbs or are
we're
we
going Jones
Roy
Dobbs.
Forbes?
I think
Okay,
Jones,
Jones
Dobbs
Dobbs.
could be
We
like a
could
really
do
hot
some
guy.
really cool things.
Don't you?
Jones Dobbs.
Don't
We
you
could
think
do
that
some
Jones
really cool
Dobbs
things.
would be hot if it was a person?
I think you've had too much wine. I love you, but I think we've reached the point where it's.
I think that's a really hot name.
It is. Your teeth look really white too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we need to wrap this up because I have dinner to go to.
You have a fancy dinner to go to.
Fancy dinner at Mastro's. I haven't been there in ages. But yeah, one of
Are you gonna
the.
get a big old steak?
I don't know. I might.
Get a steak. Don't be a
one of
wimp.
Did you just call me a wimp?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm one of the Rangers owners is on this trip, and he graciously invited me, not just me, but a group of people to dinner, and so I'm going to take him up on that offer.
Okay, do me a favor. It's really like just no big deal, but ask him if whenever he's back in Dallas, if he wants to take both of us out for a steak dinner.
Okay, that
Just
wouldn't
like
be
no-
awkward at all.
Just no big deal. Just ask
Yeah.
him if he
I'll be
wants
like,
to.
hey Neil,
FaceTime me.
NBD.
If he wants to FaceTime me, I'll
Oh
I'll
my gosh.
smile and wave and be like, yeah, we'll have fun.
Yeah, keep your phone on. Maybe I'll FaceTime you from dinner.
That'd be
We'll have a-
amazing.
Wouldn't that be amazing? I can't wait for someone to think that I'm cool enough to like when they're doing their podcast, like, let's call Emily. You know, Like, I think
Yeah.
probably like Donnie and like all the ticket guys probably get their ass whipped. Pat Green probably gets their
I
ass whipped
know.
on us.
I know.
I,
Hey,
do
but if someone needs a silent auction donation, that's us. That's us.
this,
But they don't want us on their cool show.
and
Although,
we're not big enough for live yet. We're just it's silent.
Yeah.
Auction.
no, yeah, just the silent auction. Someday
Someday,
will be a
Julie.
live auction.
Someday we'll
We
be a
might
live
have to
auction
give
item.
ourselves for that or something. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. Okay. God, I just hope the people at Noble Vines know how much we love them and we thank them for that. Because literally, if Noble Vines didn't do this, we would. I mean, you and I would just have this conversation offline, like, right?
Exactly.
We do it all the time.
Yes.
And so the fact that they allow us to do this,
And that's why it's a beautiful thing.
for our people, we
Our
appreciate
people
it.
get to like see us on a Saturday night in May,
So, I know.
drinking
so thank
wine,
you.
losing our shit about apostrophes.
God, I mean, are we gonna win? Like, is there podcast awards? Oh wait, I'm frozen. I'm frozen. Do you see me? I'm frozen. That's probably a good way to end it because I'm totally
Yeah,
frozen.
probably. I see you.
Okay.
You're not frozen for
Okay.
me.
You're not okay, or I'm not.
Speaking of podcasts,
If there are podcast Emmys, I feel like this is probably gonna win one.
the Lone Star Emmy for pods, hell yeah, we're all over it.
And okay, I love you dearly.
Love you
We'll
back.
be back. We'll be back in studio soon. We can't say it yet. We can't say it yet.
You don't think so?
No, and it's not because I don't think it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I'm just not certain it's going to happen on our timing.
I
So
understand.
I just want to be sure.
So
But
stay tuned.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned
And
to the
maybe,
podcast.
you know what, Julie? Maybe it's time to, shut it down. Let's go home.
Let's shut it down. Let's go home.
Shut it down. Let's go home. Take that with you.
See what you did there.
See what I
I'm
did
gonna
there.
go have my 41st glass of wine.
Oh my gosh.
Emily's gonna go eat a $41 appetizer.